I was looking at my own personas, and I have this recurring thought of men. It's like this constant conversation in the back of my head. And I was alone for 7 years, and I realized that my sisters and my mother and all my friends were constantly like, Becky has to find a man, has to find a man. And so in looking at this conversation in my head, I realized that in being this, it's how do I fulfill myself as the persona of a woman to have a man, and what values do I have that I want that will match a man. And so in a way, all these values of myself as what I am, which I'll give a little history. I really don't like the whole Barbie doll look, and part of that is because in high school I was heavily involved in the modeling world, and I saw these girls become Barbie dolls, and in this process I saw something being shut down in them, and that really disturbed me, so I chose not to go that route. So I don't just didn't. So anyway, I have my own collection of values and ideas, but I realize that in doing this, in my collection of values and ideas, I'm creating an altar of my values, and I'm looking for someone to come and worship them in a way. And that's insane. That's having someone come, whereas I could see all the emotional outflows of this. If someone deters from worshiping my values at the altar of the persona as what I've created, then I'll get mad at them or reprimand them or blame them for not taking up my idols on my altar as myself, as the persona of what it is that I am as a woman. I mean, you could take this into any scenario. So as the masquerade of what it is that I am, as the values I cloak myself in, whether they're being a Barbie doll or being smart or being educated or being cultured or being, a redneck or a spiritual person, or I mean, there's so many values that one can cloak oneself in as one searches for disciples at one's altar, as one's persona, as collection of values, as what someone is. So then I related this to our profit-based system, where we're really on a board game of survival. And let's take Monopoly, for instance, and you've become one of those little figures that move around on the board of Monopoly, and that is your altar as what you have collected around yourself, as you believe to be what it is that will enable you to survive in this game of Monopoly, this game of profit. So none of this is going to really look at this physical world, because it's all dividing and conquering everything, even you as an expression of yourself as being life. What the values that you've taken, that you've selected from what has been presented, are what you cloak yourself in. That selection to participate in this profit-based survival system is ignoring everything that's here. It's not considering this world. It's not even considering you as life, which is what is shut down as you select and cloak yourself in values to build your altar for survival. Because you need disciples at your altar to support you as what you are within the survival game. So in a profit-based system where things are becoming more automated, which frees people up to become the expressions of themselves as life, these automated systems that really were developed by generations and generations of people doing every single job imaginable to support a system where automated machinery is developed. So no one can really own anything that's developed because everything that's here supported the development of that. It couldn't, the mechanical engineer couldn't have gone to school and studied mechanical engineering if someone didn't build the roads and clean the roads, if someone didn't maintain the sewage systems and the transportation and the education. He could never, or she, or whoever it is, could not have become what they were if they didn't have the support of the whole system. So this whole automated system of mechanical development that exists in the world frees all of us up, and we've all created it, and so therefore there's no other choice but to divide the resources of this earth equally to support all life, because all life supported the point we're at now in this world. So therefore it's time for an equal money system. It's time for a basic income grant, because everything that's here supported the development of those automated machines. Even the people starving that didn't get anything to support the countries that took it all to allow someone to become a mechanical engineer to develop an automated system to free up human beings. So all of it, even those that lived in lack. So here we are at this point where we have all these systems in the world that can support all of us, and understand that a profit-based system must divide to conquer control of something to maintain profit. I mean, if I think about it, the health industry must know how to maintain health in a human, because otherwise how would they know how to create systems for profit within the health industry? They have to know what doesn't make you healthy in order to divide it, to create an item to sell for profit. So therefore it's known how to maintain our health. And even in our education system, it has to be known what the human is capable of doing in order to disallow that capacity to bloom and its full ability. So we know, yet we play this impossible game of masquerading on a board game. And we even know it's an impossible dream. We even have a story that tells us it's an impossible dream. It's finding people to come and worship you at your altar of your persona will never happen, because life will eventually stand up. That disciple will eventually want to stand up and either imitate as the masquerade or want to become its own expression as life. So the whole system is impossible. I mean, me wanting to go back to my own situation, it's impossible. The only thing that there is actually is to be life, to be forgiving, to realize that we're all equal and we're all an expression of life, and to support that, to allow everyone to live a dignified life. So stand up and support an equal money system so that your children can grow up and be the expression of themselves and not masquerade. Thank you.